So I'm gonna start counting from 5, and then you join in on 3, and then wherever we both say 3, 2, 1 together in the recording, I'm gonna line those up.
Okay.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Okay, now we're synced. Everything from now on, as long as you don't.
I clicked and nothing happened.
Wait, what are you clicking?
The recording button.
No. You were already recording. I need the 5, 4, 3, 2.
No, I stopped recording.
What? Why did you stop recording?
Because we got the ringtone.
No.
Well, now my recording's paused and yours isn't.
Why did you?
I told you it's not going. I told you. We got the ringtone.
All right. Well, guess what? I just synced to myself, so I'm good. I'm gonna make my own podcast. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Did you stop recording?
No, we're still going.
We're good. We're live. All right. Intro wise, let's just go with the.
Welcome to the
arguably funny
podcast,
also known as Bigfoot in My Backyard podcast. Blue Yeti ate my dog, and just goofing around.
Just goofing it.
This is great.
Yeah,
this is great. This is a podcast where we sit in silence for 30 minutes.
I have a question.
Okay, fire away.
We're going straight in. We got stuff like AI now. It's kind of scary, people say. What is something from the past that people would say is scary, but it's not? Like someone in the early 1900s.
Uh-huh.
Early 18. Well, hang on.
Yeah, go on.
It's an invention.
Okay. That changes everything.
Early years, early 1900s, they're like, this thing is no good. Like, they had the Industrial Revolution. That was going to get rid of jobs. Nobody was going to have a job.
I mean, it's got to be like every major innovation, right?
You know what I bet was scary? The street sweeper.
Street sweeper?
Oh my God, look at that thing go. The whole street.
Where's all my garbage? Where's all the shit I just threw on the road?
Big truck with the brushes, dude. That must have put everybody out of work in New York.
Yeah. When there was no snow days in the summer, the kids just played in the trash. Isn't there something about falling on a banana peel that was from some guy in New York? I bet you the street sweeper absolutely saved that guy.
I think it quelled everyone's fears. Because I think that was a real concern until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, people were just throwing their banana peels out the window.
I mean, where do you compost in New York City? Where does shit grow in
Nothing
New York
grows
City?
there.
The roof? Yeah.
It's all compost.
It's one big compost. I think what we're getting at is New York City is a piece of shit. New York City is just full of garbage. It has been for centuries. It was filled up for so long they had to drive cars around to clean up other people's shit.
They have that island that is just full of bodies from a plague. I don't know if you heard about that.
What?
There was I forget what the island was, but there was an island that during a plague in the early 1800s, 1900s probably.
Oh, yeah. People's biggest fear.
Yeah.
The street sweeper. Holy shit. Jimmy just dropped dead of bubonic plague. We just got over the bubonic plague, not the street sweepers. Put him back in the garage, man.
Hart Island. The island's first public use was a training ground for the United States colored troops. It had a psych ward, tuberculosis.
Here we go. New bit just dropped. Gavin diagnoses people. Sorry, pal, you got 2 weeks off of work. You got tuberculosis.
The remains of more than 1 million people are buried there.
Holy shit.
And I think most of it is just like a mass grave.
That's awful. How big of a street sweeper do you think it would take to pick up about 1 million people? I think If we made a boat big enough, we could just pick up that whole
The
island.
street sweeper really solved all the problems when it came.
Yeah. No more of those plague doctors with the big crow masks, the big pointy mask. It's just some guy on a rigged Zamboni drives over the body. Anyway.
Did you have something?
AI.
Something that you think people were scared of? Besides everything you said?
I mean, yeah, it's what I didn't say, actually, is the most powerful. Nothing on a comedy level as far as a
Synthboard?
street sweeper.
Playing all the instruments.
Oh.
Like, oh, you don't even have to play it anymore. You just buy this thingamajig and hit a button. Taking over our jobs. They took our jobs.
I don't think I have anything on par with a street sweeper.
I honestly didn't have anything either, so
that was awesome.
I'm glad I thought of that.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to go into some philosophical thing about bigger inventions. Like the car.
I kind of cut you off.
Yeah.
With street sweeper.
Oh, yeah, on a philosophical... Oh, God, on a philosophical... Philosophical. I just named a fucking dinosaur.
The philosophical saurus.
I'm going to go with the car. Next question.
Okay. What do you got on your list?
I think we talked about this a while ago, but holidays in general and holiday mascots, right? Santa's a mascot. Jesus, amongst other things and people.
Is he the church's mascot?
Yeah.
Do churches have like high school level Jesus mascot rivalry? You think?
Probably not the Blue Devils, but something along those lines for sure. I mean, is Jesus just God's mascot?
I think so. You had me stumped. I was really thinking about it.
Another thing, not a holiday. Tooth Fairy represents something, right? A mythical creature. Mm-hmm. Tooth Fairy, amongst things that don't make any sense, it kind of makes sense. The Easter Bunny is bullshit. The Easter Bunny is just stupid. Like, we have a guy, some fat guy, gives you presents. He flies around the world and gives you presents, whatever. And he's got a factory. He runs a sweatshop in the North Pole. The restrictions there are very limited. He gets a massive tax cut. Tooth Fairy, whatever. Some fairy flies, gives you money for a tooth. What does a bunny, a real animal, somehow laying colored eggs, what does that have to do with anything?
It's also an anthropomorphic bunny. It stands up. I don't think it's like
well, it's Greg in a costume. But it's a great way of saying it's a 38-year-old guy.
I feel like the Easter Bunny's a dude, right? Not like a dude, but he's not a regular bunny.
I just think it's a bunny. That's why I'm like, well, first off, where does the connection come between bunny and eggs? Like a bunny laying eggs? How do the eggs get there? The bunny doesn't have a sack.
No, I wonder if there's an old children's book about it. The bunny wanted to celebrate with the chicken. So he took all his babies and colored them and hid them from him.
Yep.
This is a Grimm's tale. One of those really old children's stories where all the kids get killed.
Bunny hides in the trees and watches as the children cracks the eggs open and steals the goods inside. I think the Easter Bunny might be the weakest of the mascots for holidays.
What's the best?
I might need a list here. I might need a pool because I can't. I got Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy.
It's the St. Patrick's Day leprechaun.
Oh, that one's good.
Could we revamp the Easter Bunny?
Well, yeah, just tell Greg to take the costume off. Why can't people just give people gifts? Like, hey, man, go run around the field for 5 minutes. Go get an egg, piece of chocolate. Let's get the fuck out of here.
What's the deal with the eggs?
I don't know. What does it have to do with a rabbit? Either make it the Easter chicken, the Easter hen, right? I mean, it's probably harder to fit a dude in a chicken costume. That's probably the reason why it's a bunny. It has to be rabbit. You're collecting the rabbit shit and opening it. Or your costume has to be a chicken. It's the Easter hen.
You think Jesus could do double work and just do Easter as well? He just goes and hides the eggs. I think he's not around. He's coming back soon though, in a big way.
Yeah. Speaking of going to Dunkin' Donuts and getting a coffee, I have something to talk about.
Okay.
I went to Dunkin'.
What did you get?
Well, what did I got? Doesn't matter.
What did
this
I got?
story's Not about what did I got?
What
What did I got?
got?
What did I got has nothing to do with this.
Well,
It's
okay.
what did the dude behind me get? So I go to Dunkin' a couple times a week. Always put my order in through the phone like a good boy. Get my points. Get some free stuff every once in a while.
Good boy points? I haven't heard that name in a long time.
What?
He said, because I'm a good boy and I get my points.
Yeah, what's good boy points?
The good boy points for the chicken tendies, man.
Oh my god. Be
You-
like crispy or from Wendy's.
Yeah, you flashed me back.
Uh-oh.
Like I was in a 30-year acid trip. Good boy points.
Don't kill anybody tomorrow. I don't want to get questioned. You're a sleeper agent. Tyson's chicken sleeper agent.
So you got your points.
Yeah. I buy my shit before I get there. So I pull up and I'm like, hey, place an order. Very easy for the people so they don't fuck up my order. You know, I got my thing printed. Somehow they managed to do it still sometimes. It's just bullshit, by the way. Placed my order, got my drink. This was on the new one that just opened that they redid. And this was in November. It was like right when they opened. And it was getting into the seasonal stuff for like Christmas and winter and all that. So they just started selling this frozen hot chocolate. I don't get it because it's fucking disgusting. But sitting there at the window, they have a new guy working the window. And I got food as well. So it wasn't just a drink. So it was taking a minute. Guy hands me the thing. He's also taking the orders because he's got the headset on. And the person behind me ordered a frozen hot chocolate. And this guy could not comprehend the concept of a frozen hot chocolate. Every time the person said frozen hot chocolate, he went, it's a hot chocolate. It's not frozen. And the person would say, no, I'm getting the frozen hot chocolate. And it took like 3 or 4 times from going back and forth with the guy going back and forth with the person ordering until somebody else inside working was like, no, it's a frozen drink. It's a frozen hot chocolate. Guy completes the person's order, looks out the window and goes, why the fuck do they call it a frozen hot chocolate? It should just be a frozen chocolate. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know. I'm on your side.
That's a quitting moment.
Yeah.
No, it's a frozen hot chocolate. Just put the headset down. Walk out. Like, no.
Jumps out the window and hits my passenger seat. Oh, man. Yeah, but anyway, I looked it up and I looked it up recently and it's just called a frozen chocolate now. So I don't know if they changed it.
They must have had some issues.
I don't know if they changed it under our nose or what, but it is no longer called the frozen hot chocolate. However, I have a Mandela effect core memory of it being called the frozen hot chocolate.
What kind of complaints do you think they got from the stupidest of people? This was supposed to be hot, cold, hot. What are you trying to serve me?
I got an iced hot chocolate. They already have a thing there, right? They already have like what's it called? A culotta. They already have a drink that's like a slushie. And all this is just like one step below a chocolate milkshake. Just call it like a chocolate culotta or a hot chocolate culotta. They absolutely blew it. I was on the dude's side.
I feel for the guy working in retail because I know besides like that dumb thing, you get the same comments every day. That's weird.
Yeah.
Frozen hot chocolate, huh? Shut up. It's stupid. Why did you make this stupid name?
Yeah. Like this guy is Mr. Donuts. Mr.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, my bad, guys.
Yeah.
Let me send that one up to HQ real quick and change the name. It might have got around. That might have been the dude because it's not called that anymore.
I gotta send something up to corporate at your office, I think.
Uh-oh.
I kind of picked up on this a little. Maybe it wasn't snide when I mentioned Pulp Fiction
Yes.
about me looking up the facts. Why am I not allowed to look up the facts, huh?
Was that one of your biggest pet peeves? Or
No.
one of my biggest pet peeves about you? Is that what you were talking about?
No, that's a separate thing. But
Oh, okay. Well, I have a question before I answer your question. Did you look
Yeah.
up the facts?
Yeah.
All right then. I guess that answers
Because
that.
I get your point that maybe you feel like I'm watching the movie and then I'm just getting to the point. Just tell me what I'm supposed to think about this.
Yeah.
But to counter that, I don't know what I'm supposed to think.
Basically, what you're saying is you're fighting with me in your own head right now. Now you're bringing it to me to confront me about it.
Yeah. That's where
So
we're
it
at.
doesn't matter what I say because you've already had this argument like 6 times before I got here.
Well, you're here to cement me in reality.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right.
So 70-80% of movies I watch, if someone were to turn to me and be like, so what'd you think? It was good. Well, what'd you think of this scene? It was good. Did you catch like this theme or like nothing? I got nothing. The movie was good. There was action, funny. I laughed.
Yep.
Good actors I like. That's how I've watched movies. Now recently I've been getting better.
So I will say this is almost just like a little bit of a grudge that I've had because of that Lighthouse movie. Because Alex was asking around. All right, the overall statement, like the total blanket statement that I have is, it is not wrong. I'm a big fundamental truth guy. There is most likely one truth to a lot of things. Like it seems like now, like you could take some information and you get a bunch of half truths out of it. No one has a full deal. For me, art is about interpretation. It's about what you get out of it. So I don't value what other people say about it or what they can infer about it. It can be eye-opening. That's just not what I get out of the experience. So the grudge that I've been holding has been because of that Lighthouse movie, because Alex showed us this movie and then asked you what he thought about it. And then you talked about it. And then he talked about it and what he thought about it. And then as I was answering what I thought about the movie, you're like, yeah, just Google it. Turns out most people don't think the lighthouse is real. He didn't even make it there. That's why he washed up on the shore at the end of the movie. So I'm like, you motherfucker. I had one shot to have my first ever impression of this movie and what I thought happened in the story. And you're like, well, this is what happened.
No, this is a great cementing me in reality, because this is the first time that I've ever heard that. It didn't even register to me in the moment that I cut you off. It was just me doing that and you being like, you just looking facts up now.
So that's why I hate you, and this is going to be the last podcast.
Okay. But good. We're square.
Speaking of being a square, milk crates.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with milk crates?
Very. I enforce the law on milk crates, actually.
Well, you had dropped a fact on me that milk crates were made out of like some special thing, like petroleum or something.
Dinosaur
that was expensive. Yeah, exactly. And there was like massive amounts of milk crate theft. And I had recently at the time of the note, watched a video about people who steal cars. There was like some documentary that some guy did that people steal a car and it's like, all right, here's a Kia Soul, $50. And you get to drive around in a stolen Kia. So that got me thinking, how many milk crates would it take in this giant milk crate theft empire to equal the value of a stolen car? Well, you're like, all right, I don't want to get Grand Theft Auto on my record here. So I'm just going to go to Walmart and steal 25 milk crates, and then you go give some guy 25 milk crates and he gives you a Kia. Like, I want to know the value of stolen goods like that. What is a 1-to-1 trade of a car for milk crates?
You talking like the red paperclip, the trade up?
Oh yeah, a trade up challenge.
So I traded this paperclip for one milk crate.
Like stolen good profit margins, right? Like a $5 milk crate is $1, but a $50,000 car is $100.
I don't know if we ever got to this because I'm looking this up.
I'm about to get fact checked massively.
Well, milk crates are often stolen for personal or business use. I feel like I've seen a milk crate in a lot of random garages. It's just like they're kind of useful.
Yeah, like a shopping cart.
Yeah, exactly.
I see them down the road sometimes.
Theft of milk crates cost dairies millions of US dollars per year because there's not a lot of overhead on milk. You sell milk for about a little bit more than you make it.
Yeah.
And so you make these milk crates that we still don't know the price. Can't find it. I've been looking. But you make these milk crates and then they just get stolen. That is cutting into your milk profit. This has led at least one dairy farm to hire a private investigator to discover what is happening to the crates.
Oh.
The results of the investigations point to plastic resellers being the culprits in the majority of theft. So I think we did get to this because that's where we got to the chop shops.
Yeah.
But I'm just imagining now the private investigator following someone around who has a milk crate.
And he sits outside some guy's garage for 40 years and watch it get used as a stepping stool.
They're on the move. They're on the move. Get the cameras. It's happening. I like the paperclip idea, though. How many could you trade?
Crime trade up, or you're talking regular trade up?
It sounds like regular people do this, so you could go either way.
Most people start with you're like, I have a penny and I'm going to get to a Lamborghini. What's your end goal?
I'll know when I get there.
Okay.
A pallet of 96 milk crates is $600.
So there's $6 each.
I mean, that can add up.
Yeah.
If milk costs $2.50 right now, they make it for like $2. That's each milk crate is 6 milks, and it can only hold 4 milks. Oh my god! No, it all
We've
makes
got to
sense.
stop making the penny.
We have to stop making the penny. Call your senators, everybody.
Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut down the milk business. We need to be in the milk crate business.
And this doesn't even include when they make glass bottles of milk and they don't get those back.
They go to the beach.
I think we're really uncovering something nefarious
I think we should
here.
stop. Yeah, we should stop before we get too deep. It's going to turn into a true crime milk podcast.
Well, I'm the insider, man. They'll get me first.
Yeah, they will.
I'm Big Milk. I'm going to get you.
Big milk.
I'm as close to Big Milk as you're going to get, buddy.
Oh my god. Add that to the nickname list. I'm Big Milk.
The podcast with Big Milk and...
Yep. You ready to call it?
Yeah.
Put a tail on it, and then we'll do a tail sync.
What does the tail look like?
What does the tail look like? Well, it's shiny and silver. It's about a foot long. It's furry.
Oh, I know about footlongs.
Oh, you know about footlongs. Well, we can get into your footlong
Does it
order.
have to do with what you were saying, though?
Oh my god. Well, we will uncover whatever the fuck this guy's talking about in the next episode of the
Arguably funny
podcast with Big Milk.
Big Milk. That's me.
Also known as the Bigfoot Ate My Dog podcast, or just milking around. Just milking.
Just milking around.
Just milking around. Thank you guys for listening to the first episode, the pilot episode. You could take it away, Gavin. Take it away, Mr. Milk.
You can go on our YouTube.
Yep.
You'll find our YouTube with a link to our Truth Social.
Oh my god. End the podcast.
That's all, folks. I stopped my recording. Not like
Did you just say you stopped
I
recording?
hit pause and then I hit the big
No
black
way.
square.
Oh, no.
When the silence started after
What about
you
the
said
tail sync?
I know. And then I hit stop and then I went, oh. And then you said, this is great, my dad's here. And I said, well, I've got even better news.
No, Gavin, no. Did you start recording again? No,
Nope.
it won't even matter.
No.
Oh my god. All right, that's fine. It should be good, maybe, hopefully.